What's going on, everybody? Welcome to LilBigMan's review. And as you can see from the picture and the title right here, they're here. So I'm going to try to run through this very quickly. So if I don't spend a lot of time, it's because I want to talk mostly about this. So with that being said, they did of course with everything they went through. They reran with a little recap of what happened at class at the castle. But we will start off with Seth freaking Rollins. Yes, he surprised everybody. Um, he basically came back to say that he wants to be known as the very best, and he wants to be the very not just known as one of the best, but he want to be known as the best, not one of the best, but the best. And the only way to do that is to get his World Heavyweight Championship back. He would say he was going to enter Money in the Bank to win it, and then do it that way. But Damian Priest will come out and basically say that he wanted to cash in on him uh, instead of Drew McIntyre, and offer him a match at Money in the Bank, which Seth Rollins accepts as long as he leaves, the guys in the back and fight him 1-on-1, which it did get. Adam Pearce did make it official for Money in the Bank. It will be 1-on-1 Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then we got an Alpha Academy promo with Chad Gable trying to get back to the champ. He want a rematch due to the fact he's blaming Tozawa and them for his loss, and he wants a rematch. But Adam Pearce said him that he wants him back in the line. To which he asked him to set up a match there so he could earn his way back. And that will be the first match of the night, which will be Chad Gable versus his mystery opponent. Turns out to be Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. This match was okay. Chad Gable got a little bit of offense in, but he would get beat up. It was mostly Braun Strowman, but he did get a little offense in, and then Braun Strowman would beat him 1, 2, 3. This was like a 5 to 8 minute match. Pat McAfee revealed that Finn Balor took the card, which we seen last week. He took the hotel key card suspiciously, and this played into the Judgment Day promo where Dominic Mysterio is missing his vest. He can't find it, which will be a recurring theme throughout the night, and nobody's seen it. But so apparently it's been stolen. His cow vest, and whatchamacallit, Damian Priest confronts Finn Balor about stealing the key card, and then which Finn Balor says, "Oh, I did it just to protect Dom, make sure that Liv can't get to him and not mess everything up." And he said they talk about Money in the Bank, which he reveals that he's better win than Jay and Ray, and then that he says Damian Priest wants to know if he wins, is he going where his head is at, and he said of course if he wins he's going to cash it in, but he looks like he might be talking about Damian Priest, but he said on Cody Rhodes. He said of course I'm winning cashing in on you, of course I'm cashing in on Cody Rhodes, and then we'll get to the second match, which is Io Sky versus Zelina Vega versus Kiana James, which was a good match. It was very good. I was mostly impressed with Zelina Vega and Kiana James, with Kiana James having the most, would impress me the most, and then Zelina. I actually kind of wanted Kiana James to win, but they get Zelina Vega after getting distracted from Liv Morgan will get taken out by Kiana James, and then Kiana James will get taken out by Io Sky for Io Sky to get the victory. Then we'll get Sami Zayn promo where he comes out and talks about how he's done with Chad Gable, and that this all started with Chad Gable because he beat him in the wrestling match, and it ended because he beat him in the wrestling match. But now he's moved on. He's moving on to defending the world. I'm about to say the world, but the Intercontinental Championship. I was about to say the United States. The Intercontinental Championship against newcomers anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anytime. Braun Breaker would come out to answer the call, say he wants a shot and he wants to take it. But Samus will come out and say he wants a shot also. He's been chasing him for 5 years, which Braun Breaker said nobody cares. They would get into each other's face, and which Sami Zayn said they need to take care of this, but the crowd don't want to hear them talk about it. They want to hear them fire about it right here tonight. And then he's going to go talk to Adam Pearce about this, which it would get made official for later on tonight. Um, then we get a backstage program with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Basically talk about how they celebrate and bask in the moment of them winning the women's tag team championships. But now that they move on to doing the work to fight the all comers and whatnot, to which they'll get their first challengers in Zoe Stark and Shayna Blazer, which is kind of redundant because they just got beat and they already back in the front of the line for another championship match. Okay, so, whew, which means I'm wondering why they're not giving an immediate rematch to Bianca Belair and them. Guess we find out on SmackDown. Then we get the next match, which is Dragon Lee versus Carlito. This will be where Dominic Mysterio will find out that Liv Morgan took his cow vest. The LWO was there along with Zelina Vega, which would come into play because they had a good match, but Zelina Vega would get into a brawl with Liv Morgan, which caused the other members of LWO to get into a brawl with the other members of Judgment Day, which distracted Dragon Lee, who had the upper hand on Carlito, and allowing Carlito to take advantage of getting the victory over Dragon Lee. I did want to say though, Carlito kind of works stiff. He scares me. He really does. He scares me. He works stiff, and it kind of like freaks me out a little bit. It looked like he's gonna hurt himself. Because when Dragon Lee did like the little sit out power bomb on Carlito, he kind of was just, and like it just looked it awkward. We got another backstage promo with Alpha Academy. This time with Chad Gable yelling at all of them for not being the reason why he lost against Braun Strowman. But then he kind of in the middle of his rant, he knows that Otis is packing, so he started ranting and wondering what Otis is doing, and Otis tells them, I forgot when Chad Gable lost that match. He went to go. He got in the face of he made Tozawa and them all them get in the ring. He got in the face of them, and he was berating Tozawa, but Maxine would step in, so he would take Maxine's crush, throw it out the ring, then made her get out the ring. But he told Tozawa he wasn't done with him. He smacks Tozawa. Tozawa falls, which Otis caught wind of, and he turns around and looks to see Tozawa on the ground and looks at Chad, realizing that Chad was dead, and Chad trying to calm him down, but Otis would push him, and then like almost like he was about to fight him, and he finally like snapped on Chad Gable. It was mild, and so when we get to this promo, he's wondering what they're doing, and Otis informs him that him, Tozawa, and Maxine are leaving, that they are done with him, and he said they can't. He said they can't leave. They can't. He says when they're done. He said you're done. You're expelled, and he said you're a failure. I don't want to see y'all ever again. And then to himself he said, I want to do something that dumb stupid Otis could never do. He said, and he's gonna win. He's gonna win Money in the Bank, and he's gonna cash it in and become World Heavyweight Champion. Then we got a Drew McIntyre promo where he came out and basically said CM Punk like that 3 times, and then it says I can't do this and screw this company, I quit. That's basically what the promo was. It was him saying CM Punk after the crowd chanting CM Punk. That's all he could get out was CM Punk name like 3 times, and that's what he said. Like I said, he says I can't do this anymore. Screw this company, I quit. And that was it. That was literally all he said in the promo. Then he walked out. Adam Pearce tried to stop him, and then we will find out through a WWE exclusive from WWE's YouTube page that Triple H also tried to talk to him. It was basically after when we see him talking with Adam Pearce, and they go towards the back and it goes to commercial break. What we don't see is that it continues back when they get into Gorilla. Whatchamacallit is trying to basically reason with him, but he said he's done because he heard what Triple H said at the press conference, and that he pretty much doesn't want to anything to do with the company anymore because he got everybody screwed and he got everybody tricked and wound up from the top up to the low, and that he's really done. And then Adam Pearce showed Triple H's let me handle this, and he tries to convince Drew not to leave and to come into his office. Let's talk about it. He understands that he's frustrated with what happened, and and that there will be some type of form of repercussion or whatever. So we get to the fourth match, which is uh, Damage Control versus Caden Carter and Kitana Chance. I had to say it like that because I swear to God, I've been messing up that name the whole day. I've been trying to say Kiana James, but it's Kitana Chance and Kaden Carter, the Party Girls. Now this was a good, quick match between the two. With Damage Control did look like they was dominating for the most part, but then Kaden Carter and Kitana Chance will take over and basically beat them with later on backstage Damage Control being told that they need to change. Damage Control needs to change, or she will change it herself. Uh, then we get the fifth match, which I said the match that was made before, Samans versus Braun Breaker, with Samans and Braun Breaker having a very good match, and um, this was the match of the night. Just because I'm going through this real quickly doesn't mean this wasn't the match of the night. This was the match of the night. This was a banger after banger after banger after. Um, but it was ended a DQ because Ludwig Kaiser would come out and basically just drag Saban out the ring, start beating him up right in front of the ref. Uh, they would get into it. I think call it Sami Zayn is like kind of upset because the officials had to come out there and he's trying to figure out what Adam Pearce what's going to happen because Ludwig just messed up everything, which they said it could be a tease to either a triple threat or a fatal four between all four men. Um, Brock, before I get off this and move on. I would say one of the best moments of it is when Ludwig got up to the base of the ramp that's right there in front of the ring, and you can see Braun Breaker with the officials behind him, and he looks like I'm not done yet. So he runs to the right. He takes off to the right, and Braun like, you know what? You really screwed me. So he take off to the left, and these two went and came around, and Braun just splat into he spears the hell out of Ludwig Kaiser, and then he gets into a shoving match with Sami Zayn, who was there at commentary, but he wasn't on commentary, but he was at commentary. Um, then Dom with Dominic Mysterio will find Liv Morgan in the back, and he wants his cow vest back, which she told him, "You want it back, you'll have to take it." And then for some reason, he wanted to do it slowly, but of course, it sets up this perfect moment where because he's doing it slowly, and Liv is looking all seductive, like she's enjoying it. Damian Priest would come around the corner and was like, "Hey," like a father catching his son doing something. He was like, "What? I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to get my vest back." He's like, "Dom, get your stuff and get out of here." And because then you see Liv, instead of allowing him to take it off of her, she's like actually trying to get over because she know Big Daddy Damian Priest, as he acted like a dad, is there. He like, "Hey, look, leave Dominic Mysterio alone. He doesn't want anything to do with you, you know." And she's like, "Well, are you sure about that? 'Cause I think he wants everything to do with me." And she laughs and walks away. And he's like, "Oh my God, she's loca." Then we get a quick promo backstage with Kevin Cross, where he will challenge the New Day, and he hosts he said it could be either Xavier or Kofi, but he hopes it's Kofi because we all know you like to see Xavier in the back, and then Kofi and Xavier will answer in their own backstage promo, and right after that, me accepting the challenge. But it was the fact that Kofi kept cutting off Like they was talking for a minute, but like when it came to like getting a point across, Kofi would cut Xavier off. He did it twice, and it looked like he did it unknowingly, but he did it twice. With the second time, with Xavier, it looked like he was trying to take the match against Karrion Kross, but Kofi would cut him off, and he took the match. But the thing was, it was Xavier's facial expression where you saw he was like, okay. Like he got a little irritated there. So the teams in the split there. And I think they do need to split. I think it'll be better for Kofi and Xavier to split because we don't know when, if Big E is coming back. And then we get to the main event, which is Jey Uso versus Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor for a spot in the Money in the Bank. Jey Uso will be the shot of the night, as I always say, where we follow the superstar from the back to the ring or whatever, and that would be Jay, who started off with a promo saying that he got to win this match and get in Money in the Bank for his day ones, the people who've been walking with him, for the crowd, his fans, for the Fireflies that he has now, and that once he wins Money in the Bank, he's going to cash it in and become World Heavyweight Champion, and then that's when we'll follow Jay out to the instead of the ring into the entrance round, will be into the crowd as he made his entrance through the crowd and everything. So the match itself was good. It was worthy of the main event. Ray, Finn, and Jay worked well together, but Jay would get the victory over Finn Balor. I think he pinned Finn Balor after Finn got rid of Rey Mysterio. The judgment Day will come out and try to help Finn, but they would get chased off by Braun Strowman. The reason why I mention that because now with all that out the way, and like I said, Jey Uso won, and he got out of the ring and celebrated in the crowd with his music, and then now finally this. So real quickly, they do the Bray Wyatt theme, like cut off thing when you go boom, and then the lights kept going out, and then eventually it got dark. The Fireflies light up their lights, and then we hear the familiar doom, 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 the little one note to Bray Wyatt's thing before he cuts it into his full thing. But here it never gets to Bray Wyatt's full thing; it just stays at that one note, and we see that familiar door, just like we saw when Bray Wyatt returned at Extreme Rules. The door flies open. We get the light. We get all the callbacks to Extreme Rules. Then the light cuts out. There's nothing but darkness and fog coming from the door. And creepily, it's 5 of them. It's supposed to be 6, but I think the 6th member was supposed to be Bray Wyatt, but I think it's going to be Alexa Bliss. No. But if we all the way over here so you can see, make the glitch happen. There you go. You see her right here. That's Nikki Cross as Abby the Witch. So the reason why I mention that is because when the door is dark, you just see her on all fours crawling towards you, and the camera shows that she's crawling towards Bray Wyatt's lantern, and as she's ignoring by it, she stands up, and then she goes, and the camera lifts up from her point, from right in front of her to up above her, and walks away. And we go, as you can see right there, is a door behind the buzzard guy. That's the door, but instead of going through the door, they go through like the side right there. It's like on the sides of the door, it's like just a curtain that you can walk through to still get to the back. And as we get to the back, we see a couple of guys laid out on the ground laying in this fog that's on the ground in the little walkway that they walk to get to the ramp to the stage. And apparently, it's hard to tell because there's a lot going on. But apparently, this is supposed to be a security guard and Carmelo Hayes and Gunther. And we see that the culprit of this particular section is this guy. The Ramblin' Rabbit with the mallet, which is Eric Rowan. He got that's a callback to his Bludgeon Brothers gimmick with Luke Harper. The mallet has help written on both sides, and he just standing there. He's the only one besides the pig, because the buzzer guy, he don't really directly looks at the camera, but he's just sitting there spinning the mallet to reveal the help, looking at the camera, and the camera goes for him to gorilla position, and we see that everybody in gorilla position is dead. Yeah, there's no easy way to say that. They are dead, or at least dead like they like unconscious to the point of dead. It look like they all just got murdered. They are dead, and my God, they're dead. I'm like, I can't express enough how dead they are. They're dead. Uh, but we call it glimpse, as we get into the gorilla position, we see a guy sitting on a cage in Indian style, going like this with his hands, and that guy is this guy right here. And you can tell from the tattoo right here on his arm, this is Dexter Loomis with the buzzer mask on. That's Dexter Loomis, and he's just the guy who was responsible for basically killing everybody in gorilla position. But we get a glimpse of that guy, and then as we going around the gorilla position, as we get ready to go to the curtain to get to the backstage area, we see this guy just sitting on the ground like this, where it looked like a big ass blood splatter behind him. He's definitely dead. And that's where they get a close-up shot of Dexter Loomis as his Buzzy the Buzzer character. And then we go through the curtain to see. I didn't get it this time. There you go. You kind of see it. You can see the pig guy. Can I get him? Yeah, there you go. You see the pig guy right here, right? Let's up this on the pig guy. We see him as soon as we get to the curtain. He's just sitting there like this, looking at the camera, and you walk past him to see that there's some more guys on the ground beat up, and the one guy that you absolutely know was beat up. This is the only, like, wow, everybody speculated, because they said the guy, it was a big muscular guy in the gorilla position that was beat up. They said that was supposed to be Braun Strowman. I forgot to say that. But when we walk past, we do see one. We don't know everybody else's speculation, but we do know one guy. Chad freaking Gable is dead, because they saw a couple of guys on the ground, and then we see a guy leaning up against the crate like this. It's Chad Gable. He's died. He's dead. He is dead. Nobody even thinks about it. Look at his death. See if you ever watched a thousand ways to die in the West. that was a funny scene. He is dead. But the reason why I say he's dead, because he got like this big blood spot right here on his head, and it's dripping down. It looks like he's been shot in the head. This guy is definitely dead. And then we walk past him to see that his culprit in hand is none other than this guy, Mr. Howdy here, Mr. Uncle Howdy. And Uncle Howdy he's all like, yeah, and he walks towards the camera and stuff, and he looks down at Chad Gable like, and then he looks at the pig guy, and they walk into gorilla position. By this time, Dexter has gotten off the thing. Now he's walking with them, but the camera doesn't catch Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan was still in his spot, and he basically he follows them to, and they all come out to the entrance ramp to do what you see in the background here. But the way how he he comes up, the camera is like on Uncle Howdy, and he basically he reaches over Nikki, picks up the lantern, and Nikki stands up with them, and she's like on her knees in front. She's like on her knees, like with her back facing Howdy, like how you see right here, basically. Yeah, she's like that, and they're just sitting there. He says he basks in it, and Bray Wyatt, I know you're proud of your brother in this moment because this was pure cinema. Rest in peace, brother. Man, your brother did you good. He did you proud. Uh, then, as you see in the picture, he's holding the lantern, and then he yells, "We're here!" And then the screen turns black. Then there's a jump scare. There's a jump scare. The jump scare when the screen turned black, as you think, okay, the show finally ended. Nope, there was one more thing. The jump scare is little Miss Nikki Cross. Can I get it? Yeah, there you go. It kind of faded in there, but it's Nikki. It was basically Nikki Cross lunging at the screen like that. It's like the screen is black and out of the darkness, out of nowhere. It's just like she just lunges at the screen, but it's no sound effect, nothing. It just like if you wasn't paying attention or wasn't expecting it, you think the show is off, and then all of a sudden you just see a flicker of her just lunging at you. I'm like, that was good, cause that got me. I mentioned that because not a lot of people talk. Not a lot of people probably caught that because they were so excited that they probably didn't stare at the screen long enough. But the only reason why I stared at the screen long enough because I'm like, why is it still black? And then that's when they cut to that jump scare. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, that got the hell out of me because I was like, why is the screen still black? Like, why haven't we moved on to the normal USA? Oh my god! I'm like, what the hell? Like, god damn it, nigga! You got me. This was good. This was definitely good, man. Huh. This was good. I'm sorry for the long video, but I had to talk a lot about this because I had to detail you how. If you haven't seen it, it's all over YouTube. The whole segment is on YouTube. Go watch it. The only thing they don't show on YouTube is the jump scare part. The jump scare part, they cut that part out of the YouTube video. So you have if you have it recorded or anything, you will have to go back and like watch it, and you will see the jump scare. But that's the only part that's not in the video is the jump scare. But there is a jump scare. Like if I could find it, I'll probably clip it into this video to jump scare you, to show you what the jump scare was. But I'm just was saying like to show you that I'm not lying. There is a jump scare. Somebody actually got like a short on YouTube of the jump scare. Like if you want to see it, all you gotta do is type in YS6 jump scare, and then you'll see the somebody have a short of it. Is and just basically Nikki, like I said, Nikki Pro jumping. But this was, I'm going to give this episode for the Seth Rollins comeback and the Y6. This definitely get a 9 out of 10. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoy the video so much you want to support the channel, all you got to do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And I need your help with that. And as always, hit one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But again, they're here. Peace.